You got hands to clap, you ought to be clapping. He brought you here. He brought you this far. And it's by his grace. God, we love you, we honor you, we adore you. We bless you for who you are. Thank you for another day. Another privilege to come together and magnify you. Let every soul in this house and those that shall come praise you with their best praise. Help us to worship you in intimacy. Father, we pray that your word will go forward one more time, that it will touch, heal, and deliver. Every ear will hear, every heart will receive. And we thank you for these blessings in Jesus' name. Every believer says amen. Come on, let's bless the Lord. Hallelujah.
Time is filled with swift transition. Not unheard, move can't stand. You gotta build your hopes on things eternal and hold yes to God, unchanging hand. Oh, you better trust in him who will not leave you. Whatsoever years may bring, and if your earthly friends, sometimes they'll forsake you, but still more closely to him cling, hold to his hand, to God's unchanging hand. My brother, you better hold God's unchanging hand. Oh, you better build. Oh, and hold. Come on, why don't you help us say, hold to his hand. Come on, where the church had God. You better hold God's unchanging hand. Oh, you better build on things eternal and hold to God. I am on the battlefield for my Lord. I am on for my Lord. And I promise him that I will serve him. I'm on. I am on. I am on. I'm on for my Lord. And I promised him that I would serve him. Oh, I am on. I was alone in Ireland. I was a sinner too. I heard a voice from heaven say there is work. I took the master's hand and I joined the Christian band. I'm on for my Lord. Oh, Yes, I'm on the battlefield for my Lord. I'm on for my Lord. And I promised him that I would serve him. I'm on. Come on, if that's your determination, say it. I am on for my Lord. I am on for my Lord. And I promise him that and I am on.
Because he's my oh yes, he healed my body, and he told me, oh yes, he healed, and he told me that, I know he healed my body, and he told me, because he's mine. Yeah. Oh, don't you know he picked me up, turned me around. I know he picked me up, and he turned me all around. I know that he picked me, and he turned me around. Because he's mine. Oh, don't you know, can't nobody do me like Jesus.
Can't nobody do me like Jesus.
Can't nobody do me like the Lord.
Can't nobody do me.
Pick me up and turn me around.
Pick me up and turn me around.
Put my feet on solid ground.
Place my feet on solid ground.
Oh, nobody. I said nobody. Not my mother or my father. Yeah, not my sister or my brother. I said nobody. Because he's my friend. Oh yes, I know that he's my friend. Oh yeah, I know that he's my friend. He's my friend, because he's my.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, gonna let it shine. shine. Oh, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, gonna let it shine. Let it shine, yeah. Oh, Jesus, give it to me, and I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus, give it to me.
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Jesus, give it to me.
Jesus, give it to me.
I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it shine. Come on. Shine, shine.
Shine, shine, shine.
I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it
Shine,
shine.
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 I'm gonna let
it shine.
shine, shine.
Shine, shine, shine.
I'm gonna let it. Yeah.
Let it shine.
Woo! Oh, listen. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Everywhere I go,
Everywhere I go,
I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Everywhere I go,
Everywhere I go,
I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Yeah. One more thing. Listen, I'm not gonna make it shine.
I'm gonna make it shine.
I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm not gonna make it shine.
I'm gonna make it shine.
Just gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm not gonna make it shine.
I'm gonna make it shine.
I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Yeah.
Let it shine.
This little light, this little light,
This little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it.
shine.
This little light
This
may
little
not be
light.
much. I'm gonna let it.
I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it
Let it
shine.
shine. Come on. Everywhere I go. Yeah.
Tell your neighbor, let it shine. Everywhere you go, let it shine. In my neighbor's home, let it shine. All around the world, all around the world, I've got to let it shine. Let my light shine. I'm not gonna make it. May not be as big as your light, but my little light, I'm gonna let it shine. 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 And I can shine because he's already shined on me. The old church would say it this way: shine on me. Hey, let it shine on me. the light from the lighthouse. Let it shine on me. Let it shine. Shine on me. Yeah, let it shine. Let it shine on me. I wonder if the lighthouse, anybody remember that, would shine on me. I heard the voice of Jesus said, come on, come on, come unto me and rest. Can I tell you what happened? I found in Jesus a sweet old resting place. And nobody but Jesus, nobody but the Lord, He made me glad. That's why I tell him, shine, shine on me. Shine on me. When everybody else turn away from me, let your light from the lighthouse. Tell him, let it shine on me.
Every now and then it gets a little dark. All you got to do is tell him, shine on me. The way gets a little cloudy, but if you tell him to shine, he will shine his light from heaven, illuminate your path.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Won't he do it? I don't have no saints in here. I say, won't he do it? Yeah. My. Every now and then you got to take it back. I heard my friend say on the other Wednesday, Dr. Brown, all that contemporary stuff. And it's just what it is, temporary. But some of those old songs, It'll help you through. I don't hear nobody. I said it'll help you through. Yeah. From the book of Matthew at 14th chapter. I want to look at verses 30 through 32, but we shall discuss the previous verses. 14th chapter of the gospel as Matthew records. That 30th verse through the 32nd. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. Somebody's reading their Bible. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him, and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And when they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. You may be seated in God's presence. I want to talk about it's time to refocus. It is time to refocus. Need somebody, if you're not afraid and not ashamed, I want you to say it. It is time to refocus. Every mouth in this place ought to say, it is time to refocus. All of us have faced, are facing, or will face our storms. Some are going through storms right now. Some storms the devil caused. Some storms the Lord allowed. And some storms we have caused ourselves. Can I get some honest folk in here? It is life, the nature of life, to produce storms. But it's how you handle your storm. Watch it, since all of us have them. I might add, all of us don't handle them the same way. Some go through storms and almost want to die. Others come out victorious. There are some storms that I said on this morning in reference. I was riding in my truck on the other day, and where I was, the sky was clear. A few clouds, white clouds in the sky. But I traveled a few hundred yards. All of a sudden, y'all ain't never had that to happen, the sky opened up. All of a sudden, lightning started flashing. Thunder started rolling. It got dark. Said that to say to you that some storms come unannounced. Some storms just come, just pop up. And in life, it's the same way. Some things you're just not ready for. Talk back to me now. But still they come. The text today finds Jesus and his disciples in a certain place, and they're there, and Jesus, the text, if you back up a little bit, say he constrained his disciples to get into a ship and to go. Y'all close your Bible. Let me read it to you. I don't want you to think I'm lying. Where is it? 22. Thank you. Straightway, Jesus constrained his disciples. I want you to get this. To get into a ship, here's the part I need you to get. And to go before him unto the other side. Now, Jesus knew that a storm was coming, for he knows everything. But still, he forcefully urged them to get in the ship and go over before him. You're going to catch it. To the other side. In the ship, knowing the storm is coming, but he told them, y'all go before me to the other side. I know I'm sounding redundant, but you still ain't got it. He sent them before him. But watch it. He was on his way. Somebody gonna catch that after a while. If somebody tell you go before me, that means they're coming. And child of God, I don't care what storm you in, he's on his way. Y'all don't know when to shout. The text told me, go before me into the storm, which he knew was coming. Why would he, knowing all, send us into a storm? Well, you missed the part when he said to the, I can't get no help here, other side. He knew full well that this storm wasn't designed to destroy them. But then in the storm, they would gain a vital lesson. A lot of us are in our storms, and we try to hurry up and get out of our storm, but until you learn the lesson that you're supposed to learn, it's going to keep raining. Ain't nobody helping me. See, the problem with a lot of us is we come out of the storm just as dumb as we went in. Am I talking right? Yeah, because we're so busy trying to get out until we miss the little blessings that's in it. Some of us have seen God more in our storms than we've seen him after the rainbow appeared. Can I get some help here now? Yeah. I've taught for years, and I want to tell you, the darker it gets, the more bright light shines. And Jesus is the light of the world. And when it gets dark, just look for, the light. I told you I was in a storm, pop-up storm, but behind me, where I came from, it was bright. Where I was, don't miss this, it was dark. But I happened to look in front of me. The sun was shining over there. Now, I could have stopped in my storm and start talking about it's too dark, it's raining too hard. But all I had to do was stay focused and keep going. The sun was going. The sun was right in front of me, and some of y'all done got stuck in your storm, but just keep looking forward because the sun is shining. Can I get me some help here? Just tap somebody and say, baby, the sun's shining. You got to get to it, though. I could have, there have been some storms that, I pulled over. Because I couldn't see. But the one the other day, I could see in front of me. This storm came up all of a sudden. And now, Jesus, the text says, if you back up a little bit, is in a mountain. And he sent them sometimes earlier that day to go to the other side. Please catch this. Because some of y'all who are in a hurry is going to help you. He sent them that morning to the other side. But the text says, if you back up just a few verses, it was evening time, and they were still in the storm. They were on the Sea of Tiberias. or Lake Gennesaret. And that sea, that lake, was only at its widest point 8 miles wide. And in the text, they had only gotten halfway. So that tells me they only, y'all ain't going to help me here, from morning till evening, only 4 miles. You missed that. Morning till evening, only 4 miles. And they're toiling and they're rowing, but the furthest they got was, tell somebody, 4 miles. Help me preach. Listen. Sometimes in your life, it seems like he's taking too long. But just know he's on his way. Can I get some help here now? Morning till evening, they hadn't gotten too far, but he looks from the mountain. That's the first thing. Second thing, I want you to know that in the midst of this storm, he looks down and says, you know what? I better go help him. Watch it. He comes down off the mountain and he does something phenomenal. He comes to them walking on the water in the midst of the storm. He didn't wait till the storm was over. He didn't complain about I might get wet, I might get sick, I'm going. He just walks on the water in the storm. Y'all missed it. He is in the storm, walking. Somebody say on the water. Now they looked from the ship, and the Jews had an oral tradition, or superstition, if you will, that if you were in a storm on a boat and you saw an apparition or you saw a spirit, that spelled sudden destruction. So they were afraid because they thought it was a spirit. Peter looks a little closer, but Jesus speaks. Jesus said, be not afraid. It's me. In the storm, he speaks peace. Okay, y'all didn't catch that. In the storm, lightning flashing, thunder rolling, breakers, waves dashing, ship reeling and rocking like a drunken man, almost about to sink, and they still can hear, y'all missed it. They still can hear him say, be not afraid. Let me do that one more again because I lost a few of y'all. In the storm, with all that commotion, they still can hear Jesus. And see, when you go through your storm, you ought to be glad you can still hear him in the midst of your. Some of y'all friends get quiet in your storm, or they start adding more noise to the storm. See there? I knew it was going to happen. He speaks in the midst of a storm. Now, Pastor Mark, you know that these were mariners on the storm. These were fishermen on the storm. Peter, James, John, Andrew. They were used to being on the boat. Y'all ain't gonna help me here now. This wasn't their first storm. But this storm was so intense till it looked like they were gonna drown. But they forgot what Jesus said, go before me to the. He didn't say go before me and drown. He said go before. To the other. You got to learn to listen to Jesus and pay attention to what he says, because you can't pray your way through some stuff. You just got to go by faith and not. Here. I'm talking to you folk who are in a storm now. Watch it. Here. All of a sudden, he comes walking on the water. And Peter says, since I heard your voice, I heard what you said, but if it's you, okay, no. Y'all got to grab this part right here because you're going to miss the whole message. Bid me to come to thee on the water. No, yeah. Command me to come to you on. Now hold that point. I'm coming back to it. He walks Peter does. On the water. He did what no other person but Jesus had done or was doing. He walks, somebody say on the water. At Jesus' word, when Peter said, bid me to come, or command me to come to you on the water, Jesus said one word. I ain't got no help here. Come. You know, one word from God will change your whole situation. He ain't got to come down from no sky. He ain't got to do no hocus pocus. Just one word will turn it around for you. He said, and Peter said, okay. Peter, y'all stay with me. Peter, follow me. Denisha, follow me. He put his foot out of the boat on. Somebody say on. On. Imagine. Now, what was the atmosphere like? Y'all got to stay with me now. Come on, I might lose you. It was storming when he got out of the boat. And yet he's walking, what's that word? On the water in the midst. I ain't through. All of a sudden, Peter began to sink. Hold on, don't shout yet. It's storming when he gets out. It's storming when Jesus comes. It's storming when Jesus said come. All of a sudden, Peter started acting brand new. Because he shifted focus. The text says, when he saw the wind boisterous, meaning he saw the condition in which he was walking, that it was terrible. But what was it doing when he got out the boat? You walking in the storm. The storm didn't change. Your focus changed. Ain't nobody gonna help me now. Your storm did not change. You've been here before. I'm talking to somebody. But your focus changed. Peter, you got out the boat, it was storming. Now all of a sudden you say it's storming. Go figure. It was doing it before. His focus changed. Watch, man, I'm through. And he began to sink. Now, let me do something that I know happened in the text, but you ain't going to read it. When Peter said to Jesus, bid me to come unto thee on the water, and Peter put that first foot out of that boat, what you think them folk in the boat said? Come on, y'all been one of us all your life. What? Huh? That man crazy. What's wrong with him? Boy, you ought to get back. Boy, come back here. What are you doing? But he did what nobody else. But see, some of y'all are so comfortable in the boat. But wait. Boy, you're going to die out there. What did they think was going to happen with them in the boat? They were crying because they said the boat was sinking. So sinking out there, sinking is, I can't get no help here now. Drowning is drowning. Am I making sense? But at least Peter, if he had drowned, before he drowned, could look back and say, I did it. Oh, somebody going to catch that after a while. God is trying to bring you to a point where you can get out of your comfort zone, get out of your little boats, and do stuff you ain't never done before. Now, them folk in the boat were comfortable where they are, even though they were dying and drowning and sinking, so they thought, but they were comfortable where they were. Let me help you. The only person that got out of the boat was Peter. Philip didn't come. Bartholomew didn't come. Y'all ain't going to help me here. Andrew didn't come. James and John didn't come. The only one that got out of the boat was Peter. See, the problem with y'all is y'all trying to do this. Man. Oh, I forgot he got shoulder problem. I'm sorry. Watch it. You trying to bring people with you where God didn't design for them to go. And see, when you try to bring people with you that wasn't designed to go with you, they'll, excuse my grammar here, but they'll aggravate the hell out of you. Because they don't understand why God's got you where you are. And they looking from these. And Peter took a leap of faith and walked out there on that water, even though it was storming, even though them folk in the boat were going crazy, he still walked. I'm here to tell somebody, walk anyhow. Step anyhow. I said step anyhow. No. While Peter was, this is going to help some church folk right here. While Peter was sinking, he knew one thing. He knew to pray. Ain't nobody going to say nothing here now. See, that's what's wrong with the church today. We done forgot to pray. I wish y'all pay attention. I say we done forgot to pray. You can pray in any situation and in all situations. Anybody here know prayer will fix it? Anybody know if you call, he will answer and show you great and mighty things? Anybody know if you ask, it shall be given. If you seek, you shall. He knew to pray. He said, Lord, save me. 3 words. He didn't come with that long Baptist drawn out prayer. I'm sorry, but he would have died. Do I have a witness here? He would have sure enough drowned. But all he could say was, Lord, and sometimes that's all you need. When you sinking in the storm of life, you don't know what to tell God, just tell him, Lord, save me. And prayer was answered immediately. The text says immediately Jesus reached out. Listen, it's nothing wrong. I'm going to help some folk here. It's nothing wrong with failing. You heard what I said? Ain't nothing wrong with failing. But the problem comes in when you stop trying. See, failing got me preaching today. Failing got some of y'all promotion. Y'all ain't going to help me here now. Failing got me pastoring 2 churches. Failing got me with this microphone in my hand. You ain't looking at somebody who ain't never begun to sink. But I knew to call on God. Y'all have, you have come to the point where you lost sight of who he was and who he is. And wait, here's what the Lord told me. He allowed, y'all got to catch this part too. He allowed what he saw to speak louder than who he heard. I told you, catch this. Jesus said, what was his statement to Christ? If it's you, bid me to come unto, not to drown. Y'all missed it. Bid me to come unto you where? On the water. So he lost focus. He began to sink. He cried, Lord, save me. Jesus reached out his hand and picked him up and said, why did you doubt? You know what Jesus was really saying? Boy, you were walking. What happened? You almost made it to me. Why did you doubt? Because of what he saw. I just answered. See, a lot of us can't get to Jesus and who holds our blessings, who holds our miracles because of what we see. We can't be successful because of what we see. You got to go for what you know. I ain't got no people who used to Come on, y'all was in the world. We say what? Go for what you know. We got to, when you know that you know that you know that God put you there, when you know that you know that you know that he promised never to leave you nor forsake you, when you know that God hears and answers prayer, you can get up out of your sinking situation. Sinking was not his destiny. And here's where I close. I found a blessing in the text. Jesus told him you should have kept believing. Here's what else he did. He and Peter together walked back to the boat. Yo. But now when Peter goes back, Peter is different. Peter got a testimony. Ain't nobody saying nothing here now. See, the reason why you going through what you're going through, so you can have your own testimony. You hear me talk about my mother a lot, but there's some things mother couldn't teach me. I had to find out for myself. You hear me talk about the old church and the old saints of the church and what they said, but I've been through enough storm to know for myself what he will do. So y'all got to get off that crutch and start finding out for yourself what God can do. Here's the blessing that I found in the text, though. Jesus and Peter walked back together to the boat, and the Bible said the wind ceased. Okay. Let me break it down and I'm through. Together they walked back, and the wind ceased. Think about how good Peter had been feeling when he saw how far he had gone, knowing he fell and got back up, and him and Jesus walking back together. I've had some folk to walk with me in my storm, but leave me in my storm. But Jesus walked back with me in my storm. He didn't leave me because it got rough. He didn't leave me because it got dark. Here's the blessing, though. That ain't the blessing. The blessing is this. The blessing is this. And I'm going to leave you. They walked back together to the boat, and the Bible said the wind. Not only did Peter get blessed, but because Peter went and met Jesus and they walked together, he got other people blessed. Because we walk. Now you can get up. Come on. Give me your good arm. Because me and Jesus walked together back to that place that I left. Somebody gonna catch this. Everybody there gets blessed. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Watch this. You don't know how many people you could bless with your testimony that you made it through the storm. Stop asking why me. Stop asking how long. Stop talking about if anything bad could happen, it could happen to me. There's a reason God trusts me in the storm. Yeah. There's a reason he allowed it to happen to me and not to you, because somebody needs to be blessed because of my storm. Because I stayed close to Jesus, because I recovered, somebody else could get blessed. Do I have a witness here? Now all them people who were, listen. I hear those people saying while Peter got out the boat, and immediately when he began to sing, I told you so. See, God's going to help you to recover. So all them I told you so folk, mouth can be shut. No, you saw me when I was going down, but did you see me when I got up? And folk will remember when you sink, but forget you were walking. Folk will remember when you fall, but forgot you were doing the supernatural. Ain't nobody gonna help me. See, I'm gonna talk to pastors. I ain't talking to y'all, I'm talking to pastors. Folk will remember when the pastor made one mistake, but forget all those times he walked on water. Y'all didn't hear what I'm saying. What you mean, pastor walk on? He ain't never walked on water. Yeah, he did. He walked on the water of your sorrows. And he was right there for you. Ain't nobody saying nothing. He walked in the hospital room while you were sick and told you, get up. And you got up, but you forgot that. Oh, you look, I told you he was human just like us. I told you he wasn't no good. I'm just talking to Pastor, I ain't talking to y'all. Now, how about you? How about you when you come and you told your family, I love the Lord? Ain't nothing to you. You ain't nobody. I might be the blessing in your storm. Look at somebody and say, I just made be the blessing in your storm. Peter was the blessing that got the storm to cease because he walked with Jesus back to the boat. You ought to be glad some folk walking with Jesus. Y'all ain't going to help me here. Where you work, if you ain't saved, you better be glad somebody walking with Jesus. Them folk you done rubbed the wrong way, you better be glad they walking with Jesus. Because we could tear up some stuff. But I can't say what I won't say because I'm walking with. I can't pull out my 38 and my 45 because I'm walking with. I can't cuss it like I won't because I'm walking with. That wind ceasing. You better be glad I'm walking with. Tell somebody, say, you better be glad I'm walking with Jesus. Because if you had fooled with me before when I wasn't walking with him, one of us wouldn't be here. Excuse my grammar, but ain't you glad folk walking with Jesus? I'm through. My words to you is, Peter, when he began to sink, because he saw the wind boisterous, he had to refocus. He moved from what the wind was saying to Jesus. You are in your storm, shift focus. Stop looking at the storm. Start looking at the God who controls the wind and the water. Start looking at the God who's got all power in his hand. And I think I need to tell you, and I'm going to my seat, it can't rain always. The sun will shine after a while. All you got to do is hang on in there. Peter went by what he heard. So then faith come by and hearing by. See, you're going in your storm. You get ready to go in your storm, but if you ain't been hearing no word, you're going to sink. Y'all ain't saying nothing. That's why I tell us, come to Sunday school, come to Bible study, come to the teaching ministry of this church, come regular on Sunday, hear the message, because you're going to sink. But when you got some word in you. Refocus. Take your eyes off people. Take your eyes off the wind and what it's trying to say. Take your eyes off of your situation. Stay focused on Jesus. One thing I learned about him, and you let them, they say what they want, them critics say what they want, he promised never to leave us. And in my trials, I'm just using me, he's never left me alone. There were times can I testify just for a minute? Times in my life where I felt like I was in a hole 100 feet deep. But all I had to do was turn into my faith and listen for Jesus. And guess what? He brought me up out of it. Didn't he bring you out? Won't he bring you out? Change the focus. Stop looking at what is happening or what has happened. Some of us can't, oh God, I hear you. I'm not, listen what God just told. Some of y'all can't get to your blessing because you keep looking back. You keep looking back at what people didn't do for you and how they treated you. And leave that alone. Your blessing is in front of you. You made it through the storm. Here's watch this. I have learned in life through observation and through experience. And every now and then, God will take unnecessary folk out of your life because they're anchors and they, you know why? And then here you talking about, well, he divorced me. She divorced me. They sold me out. They left me and didn't stay with me. They knew I needed them, but they went with other folk. Come close. Do you hear me? You You thought you needed them, but obviously didn't. Because look how far you are now. Y'all don't even know when to shout. You didn't need that BFF. That really was fake as a $3 bill. Y'all done had them? You've had them in your life? Okay, y'all ain't lived long enough. You're going to see. Those folk that promise you they ain't going nowhere. But when your money went, they went. Just get sick and see who stick with you. Nobody but Jesus. Stop talking about what he did, she did, they did. Brother, sister, they did it and you survived it. My friend, Pastor Sam Blake, he did a song, it's called Scars. And I drew from that song, I started looking at my body. There are some places where I got a little scar, you know, whatever. And I thought about it. I got cut. I was bleeding, but it didn't kill me. And my scars served notice that I survived it. Y'all ain't gonna help me this time. You got scars that nobody can see, that people or Satan has inflicted on you. Just look at them and shout, you survived that thing. What was meant to kill you, God worked it out for your good. You're going to make it. You heard what I said? You're going to make it. Just stay focused. Stay focused. So what, you didn't get that car? You got a car coming if you stay focused. So what, you didn't get that job? That wasn't a job for you. Because if it was for you, God would have let you get it. Ain't nobody saying nothing. So what, you didn't get that house? Why you in your feelings? Get out of your feelings. God's got something better for you. Can I get me some help here today? God bless you. Maybe you're watching us today and you have lost focus. Let me help you. Those of you who are watching by Facebook Live or YouTube, however you're watching, listen. It's time to refocus. You may be looking at your job, you may be looking at your income, your 401k. You're looking at the wrong stuff. You're going to sink. But focus in on Jesus. Because he can do what all that stuff can't do. He'll give you joy. He'll give you peace. He'll love you like nobody else. Trust me, I know. Give him your life now. Refocus and put emphasis on what really matters. Is there one? Secondly, if you need a church home, this is a good place to be. You saw us praising God. You might have got involved in it. You heard the word. I know God spoke to your heart. Come to this place if this is where God is leading you. Or maybe he's not leading you here. But you need to go back to your church if the word is there. Because life is too serious for you to not have on the whole armor and not have the proper weapons. If you're lost and need a Savior, just confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord. Believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead and you shall be saved. If that's you, send us a message. If you want to be a part of this fellowship, not just on live. I don't pastor folk on live. I'm sorry. Now, the members are sick, and it's all they can do. I'm their pastor. But if you're healthy and laying yourself in that bed, sitting on that sofa, and can get to church, I'm not your pastor. I pastor folk that come here or at the other church. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Make it official today. If you want to be a part of this service on a Sunday morning or Wednesday, the times are there. Screenshot it, write it down real quick. Not just St. Mark, but Mount Olive at 8 o'clock where we pastor. Greater Woodville, awesome pastor on the West Bank. He preaches and teaches. I love it because he preaches and teaches the Word of God. I said, I love it. I love the fact that he does that. And I don't have time for church that just excites me. I need information. If you want to be a blessing to this ministry, use our Zelle address, mail it in, or we prefer you to bring it in. But make sure if you are a church member somewhere else, take care of home first. Don't cheat them to bless us. We don't want to get in trouble with the Lord like that. God bless you. Our prayers are going out to all of the families that are going through their time of bereavement. We love you. All of those who are sick, we're praying for you. If you're incarcerated, you're on our prayer list. I don't have to know your name, but I know your situation. And I know the God over your situation. God bless you. We love you. Y'all have a blessed and an awesome, awesome week. See you Wednesday. Let's thank them, y'all. Come on.